What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raised. Downton Abbey, A New Era, has left us curious about what the characters in this perfectly coiffed and tailored universe are up to once again. While it leaves the door open for more, will Downton Abbey 3 happen? The future hangs in an exciting mix of departures and arrivals as A New Era's conclusion made some daring moves and unexpected revelations. There are some exciting developments in store for the future, and it appears that the events that took place have a significant impact on almost every aspect of Julian Fellowes' dramatic universe. Although viewers were eager to see Downton again, the Crawley family's time this time is split between that location and the French Riviera. What is the reason for going to France? Well, the Dowager unexpectedly received a villa there as an inheritance. It was a gift from a man with whom she had once spent a passionate week many years earlier. Some of the Crawleys and their staff traveled to France to resolve the question of whose house it is. Meanwhile, a film is being shot in the house. Those who are still there must deal with the fuss of a movie shoot in their cherished, somber residence. A New Era has a plot that flows together despite having a lot of moving parts, and it also leaves room for a sequel. Downton Abbey, A New Era didn't do as well at the box office despite its intriguing plot and beautiful French setting. Compared to the first movie's $97 million, the sequel only made $44 million. Of course, some of this money may come down to the widespread effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. Despite this discrepancy in box office performance, A New Era received positive reviews from both critics and audience members. After all, there is some comfort in going back to this universe and its inhabitants. If a third movie is actually in production, it can't come soon enough. So let's go over it together, shall we?
What family did he have, this Montmirail chap?
The widow and a son, the present Marquis.
There is no set release date for Downton Abbey 3, as it has not yet been formally confirmed. However, the show's creator and the film's writer Julian Fellowes said that if audiences want more and the cast wants to do more, then I'm sure we'll find a way of delivering more. In September 2019, almost 4 years after the TV show's conclusion, the first Downton Abbey movie was released. The premiere of Downton Abbey, A New Era, was initially scheduled for Christmas 2021, but it was postponed twice, first to March 2022 and then to May 20, 2022. It's reasonable to assume that Downton Abbey 3 would come out sometime in 2024 if the production of another movie takes a similar amount of time. The story of the Crawley family is far from over, and the caliber of the popular franchise hasn't decreased. Fellowes and the producers all appear receptive to making another movie. We can only hope that something is being worked on at the moment, so smash that like button if you haven't done it already. Since the Downton Abbey cast appears to enjoy coming back every few years, it is likely that they will all return for Downton Abbey 3. Of course, Maggie Smith stands out as the main exception, as she finally put an end to the Dowager Countess in A New Era. Matthew Goode was unable to reprise his role as Mary Talbot's husband in A New Era, but there is hope that he will return for Downton Abbey 3. If their schedules can align, this could serve as a plot point for a threequel too. Fans of Downton Abbey also clamor for Lily James to play Lady Rose again. Perhaps Downton Abbey 3 will see her return. Every movie also has guest actors portraying new characters, and Downton Abbey 3 would be no different. It is best for Downton Abbey 3 to concentrate more on the Crawleys' kids to honor the title Downton Abbey, A New Era. The Crawley family and their servants are thrust into the modern world in Downton Abbey, A New Era, as a motion picture production company shoots a scene in their family castle. But as the story enters the new decade of the 1930s, at the conclusion of A New Era, Lady Violet, the Dowager Countess, the beloved matriarch of Downton Abbey, is farewelled for the last time. The Crawleys' lives, as well as the lives of their devoted servants, undergo a significant change in Downton Abbey, A New Era. Indeed, Lady Violet's death marks an important end of an era because the Dowager Countess was an Edwardian who was a living embodiment of 19th century ideals. Mary, the new matriarch of the family, received the torch from Violet. Until her son reaches adulthood and takes control of the estate and the title of Earl of Grantham, Mary is unquestionable the captain of Downton Abbey. Although George won't become the new Earl for many years after Downton Abbey, A New Era, he and his cousins can already play major roles in Downton Abbey 3. Sibby, George, and Marigold, the three eldest children, are still young people in Downton Abbey, A New Era, playing naively and receiving tender care. However, a time jump will take place if and when Downton Abbey 3 is released, and the kids should be just about to start their adolescent years. George, Sibby, and Marigold could be made the family's center of attention in Downton Abbey 3. Sibby, George, and Marigold are more contemporary kids who can represent the modern world as Mary and Edith approach middle age, even though they would still be younger than their mothers were when Downton Abbey first premiered. Exploring the children's personalities would be fascinating as well. Has George inherited his father Matthew's cool head? And is he as tough and funny as Lady Mary? Is Sibby as self-reliant and tolerant as her mother was? Does she share her father's love of social justice? Does Marigold ever wonder who her biological father is, or is she happy to be the Marquess of Hexham's adopted daughter? A villa in the south of France was also left to Sibby by her great-grandmother Violet. Another sequel would be ideally launched from the Crawleys' hopes that summertime get-togethers at Sibby's villa on the French Riviera would become a yearly family tradition. All of the characters from Downton Abbey are now almost 2 decades older, despite how adored the Crawleys and their servants are. Downton Abbey needs a new vitality, which George, Sibby, Marigold, and their younger cousins can represent. The Crawley grandchildren are the most promising source of fresh story potential for Downton Abbey 3 and beyond, along with the mistakes they will unavoidably make and the lessons they will learn from them. Not only are George, Sibby, and Marigold the Crawleys' offspring, but they are literally Downton Abbey, a new era. The future of Lady Mary Talbot's marriage is arguably the biggest unknown following the events of Downton Abbey 2, since Lady Mary delivers her explanations of Henry Talbot's whereabouts in a passive-aggressive manner in the new movie. It doesn't look good for the marriage of Lady Mary and Downton Abbey. Mary is obviously unhappy with her husband's frequent trips outside of the country, even though it isn't her top concern given that Downton's well-being is on her mind. When director Jack Barber and Lady Mary came perilously close to what appeared to be a politely forbidden romance, the absence of her husband became even more obvious. The kind of loneliness she experiences, the kind that most people in her life can't help her with, is alleviated by Jack Barber, and their friendship validates the tragedy of Mary's character and the loneliness she experiences. Mary declined the offer but accepted the compliment. However, she had a random thought that made her wonder if Henry loved traveling more than his marriage. Although it appeared that their marriage put an end to his carefree days of automotive exploration, it now appears that there is a possibility that Lady Mary Talbot will eventually get divorced. And because of this, you need to smash that subscribe button and notification bell so you'll never miss any of our videos in the future. That is just a prediction based on what was shown in Downton Abbey, A New Era. But how many times can Henry's lust for life push Lady Mary aside before she puts a stop to it? These questions, along with others, may possibly have some answers in Downton Abbey 3, so let's hope we have enough tissues this time. See you in the next video.